What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Scores! He did it again!
I just killed him. Before the game, I just killed John Madden because of a stink bomb.
Split special teamers, and now Brown is off to the races. Hurdles, kicks him in.
Giants are coming off a worse week than Harvey Weinstein.
That was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
Game's over. Game is finally fucking be over.
Ed, you got to turn your mic on. I think. Got his hand on the button.
And now, our feature program.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight? Welcome to tonight's Smitty.
How y'all doing?
What's going on?
Smitty got himself a computer.
After a little help from a friend.
Right? A lot of help from a friend.
Lots of friends, apparently, it took.
Yeah. From multiple friends.
Yes.
It's good to have friends.
Friends are needed.
We're not in low places.
Oh, we are.
I was going to say, we're mostly vertically challenged up here. So.
Smitty, I think, is the tallest one of us all.
Chris is pretty tall.
Chris is tall, too?
Yeah.
How tall are you, Smitty? 6'1", depending if you're talking the Army or not.
6'1", depending on
He's
which
taller than
7-Eleven you're leaving that night.
Exactly. Well, you know, the Army says I'm 6 and then like half an inch, so you get that one. I was 6'1" and 3/4 when I joined the Army, so.
So you're getting old and shrinking? Is that what you're talking
Yes, sir, I am. I'm getting old. That's what happens.
It's not that he's shrinking; it's all going to his sack.
It's the weight of his sack pulling him down.
This is not talking stuff. This is thick and thin. And yes, they are thick.
They are thin, is that what you're saying?
He's got a thick one and a thin one.
Oh, you just named my nutsack after your time show. Your start sack.
He's about to do the puppetry classes soon.
I don't know if we can top that, so good night, everyone.
So Travis is my thick and you're my thin. Which one of you two left over is my penis?
Well, it depends. Are you short or tall?
Oh, Lord.
Okay,
Is this really how we just started the show?
That is.
It's official. We're what, 30 seconds into a sportscast and we've already hit a limit.
We have peaked. We can go home now.
Talking stuff instantly took over thick and thin within 30 seconds.
We've already been banned on YouTube.
Not yet. It says we're still alive, so.
Oh, my cheeks hurt. My jaw hurts. Oh.
Okay, so.
And he's red.
How did you all start the show?
Not like that.
Sort of like that.
Amanda says that's enough of that.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Hey, Amanda. It's good to see you.
Oh, so we're supposed to talk about basketball after that?
Yeah.
At least sports.
Well, it's about a bunch of whiny little D-bags, so.
So we're talking about balls and D-bags. So.
Yeah.
Well, Travis usually kind of like throw a subject out there, right?
Yeah. So, well, like, first we're going to start with basketball, then we're going to move to some hockey. Then we're going to get to our moments with Chris that most of us have invested now in.
Yep. There's a think tank this week.
Oh, we actually have a think tank?
I did see that.
Oh, and so we have we're gonna have more players than just the normal one, so this should be interesting.
Yep.
And Smitty's almost as worth as much as useless knowledge as you are, Jeremy. So.
I
think he proved. No, I was gonna say I think he proved last time we actually did one that I was on. He crushed everybody on the show.
Oh yeah, he crushed me last week Nate had to go poop already.
Maybe. Oh.
Did you actually poop, Nate, or was it just a false alarm?
I needed a pen.
Ah, pen.
Do I need a pen?
No, you're good.
No.
Okay.
So let's get into this basketball stuff. The NBA is having massive problems with the players getting the corona. So they finally decided to instill rules that basically all the other leagues have put in place previously before they even started this season. A little bit more, but that they have to stay home and they can only go out for essentials
They went well past what most of them are doing. They kind of went over and
Right.
really said, "You guys aren't even following what we currently have, so we're gonna go crazy over the board to try and get
You
the
back
season in."
Yeah, and players and basically all the players are complaining that they don't want to abide by these rules because they were allowed to have friends at their hotels when they were on the road. Like, really?
Friends.
Yeah, friends. Because we all want to know what basketball friends are.
Yeah, that whatever girl they can get a hold of that night.
So now
Or guy, you don't know.
Right.
You don't know what they're doing.
So now all these players are complaining and saying they're going to stop even playing at all this season. Basically saying that either you abide by our rules or we're just going to basically make your league a non-factor. So do you know of any other league that allows their players to hold that much power?
Well, I was gonna say, does it seem, at least especially over the last like 12 months to 18 months, that the NBA really seems like a bunch of like prima donna, almost like the wide receiver people of the NFL. Like, I'm gonna do what I want, and you gotta do what I say, and I don't care, and we're entitled.
Oh yeah.
I think it's going to be a backlash, kind of like the NFL lockout was years and years and years ago, where I can see them. I mean, let's face it, unless you're a big name player, you're going to do as they say because you want your money.
Right.
So you're going to have a few of these big name players that are going to go, "Oh, well, I'm not going to play that," and then, "Okay, well, you don't get paid," and they're going to say, "Fine," and then they're just going to pull more people out of there that's currently at whatever extra site they have for all their backups. And they're just going to keep going.
Do you think that's going to hurt the people from actually watching the games then?
I actually think it might get more people to watch because then it gives a lot more teams the chance to win. Because right now you have the maybe 3-4 teams that possibly have a chance to win the NBA championship this year.
If that,
and unless something crazy happens and some of these superstars get a major injury, it doesn't matter till that point.
It's kind of like the Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. As long as there's an NBA season, people are going to watch the NBA.
Yeah.
The NBA has no issues like MLB where they're losing fans and all that, and their major revenue is being at the stadiums.
Yeah.
People are going to watch a basketball game no matter who's on the court or who's not on the court. And yeah, the big name people are going to drive ticket. Well, they would drive ticket sales if ticket sales were a thing. But Joe Schmo on the street is still going to watch a basketball game regardless of whoever the fuck is playing. So,
and especially with the pandemic where no one's able to go to anywhere to watch games, if they have fans, people are going to get tickets. They're not going to.
Right, because just like we're all fans of our football teams and our baseball teams and all, and a lot of Patriot fans here. Did you stop watching the Patriots when Tom Brady left?
No.
No, they became Tampa Bay fans.
No, I started watching more games because I had because I watched the Pats and then I would watch the Tampa Bay, and if the Tampa Bay was playing at the same time as the Pats, we'd watch the Pats.
But my point is, if Aaron Rodgers was a butthole and said, "I'm not going to play because whatever reason he decided not to play," would you no longer watch Green Bay?
No, I still watch Green Bay.
Exactly.
Well, no, because he currently doesn't watch Green Bay.
Yeah,
I'm a Bears fan and they blow. I still watch them.
Right.
Well,
right.
that's because they're used to that.
Well, Smitty also watches Miami, and they used to, until this season, all of a sudden, they blew pretty well too.
Well, we blew pretty good for a while.
Well, they do
We're
have
not
the hole, so.
We got quiet. Continue.
So let's get now that we're done with talking about those little crying babies. The NHL.
I think that was probably the best back and forth we've ever had about basketball ever on this show. Just saying.
So
it's because there's somebody other than Jeremy that watches it.
Yes.
wait. We were talking about basketball?
Well, we're gonna go from the crying babies on the basketball court if they stub their toe to men that get their teeth knocked out and then come back and play the next period. The NHL season.
Basketball players are pretty brolic, man. They will knock us.
The old ones were. The old ones were. The new ones, not so much. They cry over every little thing.
Let's talk about that violent sport that started in the peaceful country of Canada.
Yeah. Well, they needed to get some frustration out. So the NHL season is finally underway. The season openers were yesterday and today for all the teams. Are you guys excited to see hockey back? I know Amanda probably is.
Fuck yes. You know what I'm most excited about? Is
What?
these open air games.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god. Bring it back to the days when kids would take a stick and wrap some shit around it and hit a rock around the ice. I can't wait for games like this. I am so excited. Except for the fact that YouTube TV no longer has NESN, which means I won't be able to watch most or any of the Bruins games.
Oh.
They're playing with the rocks now.
No, they're still playing with pucks, but
Okay,
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, I want to know where the fuck Nate's playing hockey because
I'm talking about you got the
Pond
poor
hockey.
kids back in the 1930s. They're
1930s.
they're
That
trying-
was 1998.
I'm talking like the old school game, like the kids with barely anything going out on the ice and just trying to skate around and play hockey and using whatever they can find, sticks and rocks and shit. Like that's the kind
it
of
was
hockey I
in
want.
Canada. Canada didn't start hockey.
Who was it, Jeremy?
It was England.
Really?
In Canada.
No, in the mid 18th century.
Really? Give us some
Where-
more, Jeremy.
Huh?
Give us some more. You got anything else other than that?
The first hockey association was formed in the UK in 1876 and
Jeez.
drew up the first formal set of rules. The original association survived for just 6 years, but in 1886 it was revived by 9 founding members clubs.
Are you on Wikipedia?
No, I am not.
See,
I've always thought that hockey started because I thought it started in England, but I thought it started in England because they really couldn't play soccer in the winter, so they're trying to do a winter sport. They continue like soccer, so they ended up basically inventing hockey. That's
See, I
the
thought it was a
initial
bunch
of
of drunk people that retire trying to play golf in the snow.
No,
that
so
would-
my origin story for hockey was British soldiers in Canada were bored on the tundra, the frozen landscape of Canada, and they just started like passing like a can or something around, part of their rations, and that's what started hockey. So it was a British soldiers in Canada, but apparently what I learned
Oh.
was wrong.
Well, no, you kind of might have learned that, and then someone saw that. But the first official hockey, what he's
Yeah.
saying, is in England, but it might have actually started in Canada off of that. So you both can be
Well,
absolutely right.
Actually, it started back years. The original origins was long, long before any of that, but I'm not sure how true that actually is.
You know what, folks? If you watch Thick and Thin, you might learn something every 20th episode.
21st. Yeah. So,
What about you, Jeremy? Are you excited about the hockey?
I
Starting?
am. I like seeing people hit people.
it's always
Are they
fun.
going to let them fight this season? Is that
No.
allowed?
I think they've let up on most of those extra added restrictions, but let's face it, they don't let people fight in general anymore.
And they don't let one of them 6 feet of each other, so there's probably not going to be much checking anymore. It's going to be kind of like ice skating and playing with the puck. It's like,
It's got to be figure
So-
skating with pucks.
And Chris, I'm guessing you're not a big hockey enthusiast.
He's
I
a Red
actually-
Wings fan.
I am a Red Wings fan. Hockey was the first sport I learned to play.
Really?
Yeah, so I love hockey. Haven't followed it in recent years because of the previously aforementioned fact that I am a Red Wings fan and they have sucked for like a decade. So kind of fell off a little bit. But
They used to be
new
good.
year, new year, hoping that they can do something this season, even though they're down.
Philadelphia Flyers.
They're already
Get along
down.
with my dad.
Smitty, you're a Flyers fan?
I am.
Hang on. You're a
What?
Cubs fan, you're a Dolphins fan, and you're a Flyers fan.
Yes, and I'm a Hawks fan.
Yeah, you would definitely
Get
get
the-
along with my dad because he's a Red Sox fan, a Flyers fan, and a Raiders fan.
Yeah, how's that
Well, see,
work?
Well, I grew up in Florida, right, back in 1919, where there's no football teams, and the only thing you could watch on TV were certain teams.
Yep.
And the Cubs
He
were
actually
one of
watched
them.
legitimate Dolphins.
Atlanta's was one of them. The basketball team. The Dolphins was one. And for some reason, we got the Philadelphia Flyers a whole lot. I mean, not a whole lot, but during hockey season, like they were the highlights back in the 80s. So
I mean,
Rod
the
Green
1880s?
so I became a Flyers fan.
He's all
Yeah,
about the
of
Broad
course.
Street Bullies.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh,
Baby.
back when hockey
They were
players
not
actually
nice.
brawled.
When hockey.
Yes.
So apparently there's evidence that if the first game could have dated back to 1790s in Britain.
Boy, you were just a young child back then, Smitty.
I was. I remember it well.
He was still being nipple deep with the Milk Maiden.
And back then I was just thin and thinner.
Oh, so let's
I think it's time for a moment with Chris.
Yes, let's get to our moments with Chris.
Fuck. This moment with Chris is not a happy moment with Chris.
You set it up like this moment with Chris is brought to you by the letter E.
This moment with
Or
Chris
how
is
about
brought to you by
Texas?
Alabama Crimson Tide.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, Alabama defeated my Buckeyes by a fucking metric shit ton. I think it was like 52 or 54 to 21, something like that.
But I heard they kept up with him in the first half.
Yep.
They kept up with them for a little bit.
They almost had a chance in the third. They
It reminded
almost
me
had a
of-
chance in the third.
It reminded me a lot of the Miami Dolphin Buffalo game at the end of the year. Just saying. But go ahead.
Yeah. So this is the Tide's 17th national title, and I believe this is Nick Saban's like 8th. So 7th or 8th. But yeah.
Seventh.
There we go.
He has one more ring
Yeah.
than Belichick does.
Yeah. So I honestly don't think anybody could have hung with Bama in that game. You know, everybody's talking about A&M, you know, okay, A&M played them like week 1 or 2 of the season.
Yeah.
Before Bama hit their stride and still got their ass whooped. So,
Yeah,
you know.
that's like saying
Hey,
in the first couple of games this season, because they didn't really have any warm-up games, that the first couple of games were warm-up games for everybody.
yeah. So with that, this officially starts the beginning of draft season since college football is done. So the two biggest names that I've seen so far that have officially declared for the draft are Trevor Lawrence and Jalen Waddle from Alabama. So we'll, you know, as more people start to, you know, come out and declare these underclassmen, I'll start putting together, you know,
A likelihood list.
yeah, projected. Well, I'll start putting out, you know, the projected drafts, the best available. We'll do like the top 5 for, you know, the skill positions, and then go from there. So that'll be kind of something to look forward to next week when I have a little more time to really delve into this.
I would be really excited about that. I got to watch that one.
Well, after so once the Super Bowl is done, we're gonna take a little break for a while.
Hiatus.
Hiatus is a good way to put it. And we
Mhm.
will,
Come back
but
to
we
the draft.
we will do a draft special. So that way
Wait,
we
Can
get.
I join that one?
Oh,
please?
we're gonna try and get everybody on here again.
You're expected to be on that one.
Yeah, you have to be on that
Bitch,
one.
In case you
bitch for the
didn't know.
Dolphins- Bitch for the Dolphins do it wrong again.
Yeah. Hey, the Patriots traded out of the first round last year, so
Don't you guys have like 3 picks again this year?
yes.
the first round?
We have one the third pick, the 18th pick, and then we have 2 in the second round too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the
Based on
first
opportunities.
team to ever almost make the playoffs that has 2 first-round picks. High ones too.
Oh, one of them's
So-
really high.
So with, you know, changes and, you know, jumping kind of, I'm going out of my comfort zone a little bit, kind of, to an extent. Jacksonville Jaguars announced today that the next head coach will be Urban Meyer. So he's won 3 college football national titles, 1 with Ohio State and 2 with Florida, in which one of those he beat fucking Ohio State. So, full circle. I haven't seen as of yet. I tried to find it before the show started. Details on his contract. I know it's probably at least, you know, like $12 million a year is what I heard he was asking for. But it is rumored that he's trying to bring former assistants at both Florida and Ohio State to assist him with the Jags.
So bring more college assistants instead of pro assistants
I
because
think
they be
so.
more used to his game plan style.
I think his coordinators, from what I'm reading, are going to be more seasoned NFL guys, but some of your position coaches are going to be more college based.
Okay.
Now, do you guys think that might be something that could actually work in the pro level with all these college coaches, these college guys bringing that style of play into the pro leagues?
Well, I think more and more we're seeing a lot more college style players being played at Pro League, considering we have more running quarterbacks than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
We have more pass run quarterbacks and run pass quarterbacks than ever before. We got
a lot of RPO.
we got a lot of receivers that are also throwing the ball. We got a lot of running backs that are throwing the ball. It's a lot more mixing who's actually throwing the ball than the quarterback just dropping back or handing off the ball every play. So it's a lot more college style, I think would be a good way to put it. So it may change the game even
overall,
more.
do we think that because you got to think about it, Jacksonville is really close to a dumpster fire. Like
Very close.
Bringing this whole college aspect of it into the NFL, is this really going to change the dynamic in Jacksonville to the point where they could actually be a contender and maybe make the playoffs? Like,
I don't know. Just because I'm familiar with Urban Meyer's offense, I think it depends. Because if he did what he did the last couple years in Ohio State, where he ran the same offense and didn't really adapt it to the players necessarily that he had, I think if he's willing to adapt his offense to his players and where his strengths are, he could be successful. I don't know necessarily, if he's going to have, a 12 or 13 win season by any means. I mean, but they can't do much worse, because I looked it up. The Jaguars' overall record since inception is 41 and 106.
Oh,
that is not a good record. That's like my fantasy football record.
So question, is that the worst current NFL record
ratio percentage wise?
I don't know. I'm sure it's probably close, because I mean, like,
sure, you're our guy for that.
Like, yeah, you're the good guy.
I think before the current season started, Tampa technically had the worst percentage record, win-loss percentage.
Well, when you go 0-26 in your first 3 years in the NFL, kind of starts hard. But all you gotta do is look at the history of the coaches and how many college coaches made it to the pros and actually did something successful with that football team when they brought in their little gadget plays from college stuff. I mean, hardly any of them make it. They really just don't.
Yeah, it's far and few between.
I think it's good. It's nice because they can relate to the brand new soldiers. Wow, the brand new players coming in. But
so, in case anybody was wondering, as a head coach, this doesn't include him as an assistant coach for other schools. As a head coach in college football, for the last 17 years overall, Urban Meyer is let me do here 187 and 32.
Jeez, he has a better record by himself than the Jags do.
He has a .8454 win percentage.
So here's the NFL's. I'm not sure when this was updated. Oh wait, that's way old. Never mind.
I'm surprised he took a job at Jacksonville, because his winning percentages can go way the fuck down.
Well,
but
look at what Nick Saban, great college coach, right?
Oh,
he
phenomenal college coach
for a year, but he couldn't do it, so he quit and then went to Alabama. So
the vast majority of head coaches that were head coaches in college football, very few of them succeed. Pete Carroll is one. There's literally a handful.
If
well,
that.
Pete Carroll failed when he went to New England.
Oh yeah, he failed miserably over here.
And now he figured it out.
Yeah, and look at Matt Rule. He's first year coach out of he's North Carolina. He came out of Baylor. Didn't have a horrible season this year, given he did lose his top running back. The second game of the season.
I like Matt Rule. I think he's going to be a good coach. I think he'll be fine.
I think he'll make the transition pretty well. But my concern with Urban Meyer is he going to pull the shit he's pulled at every college he's been to in the last several years? Coach for a few years and then, oh shit, my health, when things go south.
Oh, yes.
Probably. Okay, so as of the end of the 2019 season, from lowest to best, I'll do like the bottom 6 or 7. Tampa Bay was the worst.
Whoa.
The Chargers were next. Arizona was next.
I believe that.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Then Jacksonville. Then the Texans. then the Jets, the Saints, the Bengals, the Lions, the Bills.
What about the Browns? The Browns were in the bottom.
No, the Browns used to be
That's amazing.
phenomenal.
Well, I guess they were in the 60s and the 50s and the 40s.
And the
Titans,
80s.
Yeah.
The Eagles, the Panthers, the Rams, the football team, the Seahawks, then the Browns.
Wow. Way to go, Browns. Love the Browns.
Who's the top 10?
Okay, so
Dallas, Patriots, Pittsburgh, Miami.
no, we
Green
got
Bay.
the Cowboys at 1.
Yeah.
I got number one.
Got number 1.
Chris's team at 2.
The
Okay, I
Bears?
said that was 3, so I was close.
No, you never said the Bears.
Oh, I didn't. I said Pittsburgh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you went Pats.
Packers are 3.
Woo!
Patriots at 4.
Yeah.
Smitty spins at 5.
Oh shit!
Vikings at 6. Ravens at 7. Niners
Chris, stop
at
playing with your
8,
microphone.
Giants at 9, and the Broncos at 10.
I'm surprised that Ravens are so high up on that list because they're not that old of a franchise.
No, they're
Well,
not.
but that's why, because they haven't been around as long, so they.
Mhm. It says overall win percentage. It says
Right.
the percentage.
Yeah,
There's
but
no
still.
minimum games played or anything
Yeah,
like
Right.
that.
It's still impressive.
This is based off regular season win percentage of teams that are still currently.
And what
around.
people forget about New England, and I know this because I've been watching New England for
Since the
60
dawn of
years
the time.
is they've had some really crappy years. They had great years last 20 years, and they had some crappy years between that. But they've also gone to Super Bowls prior. They've had some good teams. They were 10-4 a lot of times in the 80s. They weren't a crappy team up until Tom Brady. They just weren't consistent like they are now.
Right.
So
Well, like
that's
they
why,
were.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all that they're top 5.
No, I have a feeling we're gonna go through a whole block of years that were just like we were before even Bledsoe came in.
I'll bet even money that Bills win next year and Miami and Patriots tie for second place.
Tie?
Just saying.
Okay, so here's a little extra stats here. The Cardinals have the record for most losses.
Really?
And the Buccaneers hold the lowest winning percentage.
Well, the Cardinals are the oldest team in the NFL. So
Are they?
They're
really?
one of the oldest.
Yeah, I was
no,
gonna
they
say-
are the oldest.
Are they?
They are the oldest by they beat Green Bay. Green Bay is the oldest football team in the NFL, but the Cardinals were in the NFL before Green Bay. So when Green Bay became part of that, they became the second oldest. But they're the actually oldest team in the NFL. But the oldest team that was, you know what I mean? Green Bay was around before the NFL. The NFL started called the AFA or something like that, and they started with the Cardinals and
It
other
was the
teams.
AFL and the
And then Green Bay migrated over into that. So I guess
they
technically,
migrate the two together.
So yes, the oldest team is the Arizona Cardinals. Up next is the Decatur Stanleys, the Chicago Staleys, and then the Chicago Bears 1920, followed by my Green Bay Packers in 1921.
but Green Bay Packers were around in 1918, but they just weren't in the NFL.
Right.
What was NFL back then?
1925 was the New York Giants.
Yeah.
1930 was the Detroit Lions or Portsmouth Spartans. 1932 was the Boston Braves, Boston Redskins, Washington Redskins.
Oh damn! Okay, they're just gonna shut this off now. You're done.
The Pittsburgh
the whole
Steelers,
thick and thin.
Pittsburgh Steelers came in 1933. The Philadelphia Eagles were also 1933. The Cleveland, Los Angeles, St. Louis Rams were 1937. The Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens, and San Francisco 49ers were 1946.
Hold on. So there's a set of Baltimore Ravens and Browns way back in the day, and then what did the Ravens stop?
Brown stayed, but Baltimore moved.
Yes.
And where did Baltimore move to? I can't remember where. Yeah, where did Baltimore move to? Because then
Baltimore used to be the Colts.
Yeah,
and they
the
moved
Colts.
to Indy.
Okay.
Indy. And then another person moved into Baltimore, decided to buy the Browns.
Browns
Moved to Baltimore.
moved then to Baltimore, and then the Browns came back.
But the Browns actually, they just shut down operations. They never actually sold any of their stuff.
Right.
They
Yeah,
shut
they
down-
just-
That's why they could come back in 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so to go back to college, Chris, I have a question for you, and I prepared you for this question. The national title. Why does not everybody get to play for the national title? Why is this not opened up to everybody? Because all the college teams play for the NCAA, but why is it only like the
top 4,
Pac-12 and the top whatever play?
This is a political thing. So they base, you have your Power 5 conferences, right?
Yes.
You got the Pac-12, Big 12,
The power
Big
bottom,
10.
the power top. I know, I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Notice how he
So
named
these
3
are
of them
your
before he even
big
said
name schools.
SEC.
Yeah. Fuck the SEC. I'm a little bitter at the moment.
Oh, I understand. Ohio State. I get it.
Hey, I live 20 minutes from Auburn, so I have to listen to this all the time.
He's heard so much Roll Tide in the past week. He's ready to
Between
toast
Roll
that
Tide, Go Dogs, and War Damn Eagle, it's like so. You have those Power 5 conferences, which are the major teams in college football.
Right.
Right. However, you have teams like Cincinnati, Liberty, Coastal Carolina, these guys that could potentially hang, but historically speaking, like Cincinnati last year got blown out 53-3 by Ohio State.
Right.
So, like, historically speaking, so I get what you're going with this is, how can we make this more fair?
Right. Because I want my Cajuns or my Minutemen in the championship game.
You have a shot. Don't worry about what he's typing.
What happened?
So, he's like, let's go think tank time. So, roundabout answer for you, Nate. The only way to do this is either A, make a 16-team playoff.
Yeah.
B, split it to where you have 2 different national titles, where you have the NCAA FBS Division I, NCAA
And the Special Olympics one.
Yeah, where your group of 6, your AAC, your Mountain West, your Sun Belt, those guys compete for a national title.
That would be nice. I think that would be a good idea, actually.
That's the most simple way to do it, is to split it that way. But the problem is then, some of the, and you could still intermix where, Cincinnati still plays Ohio State, because, Cincinnati and these smaller schools, when they do play Power 5 schools, they make buku money off of it.
Right.
And that's a lot
of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could still intermix them, but postseason split them.
Yeah.
And maybe have if you do have even like 8 teams or 16 teams in the playoffs, if one of those smaller teams do so well, maybe they get an invite to the bigger one, like playing on the bubble, like they do in the.
Right. Everybody wants to go to the ball. Why don't we let some of these other teams go?
One of the things they talked about too,
Boise State. Remember for a while there, they were pretty powerful.
UCF.
Right?
Yeah. So the other thing you could do if you did a 16-team playoff is you eliminate these divisions within
the divisions.
Conferences.
Right.
Like the East and West.
Not the conferences. Yeah, the East and West. So you might have a Michigan playing in Ohio State, where you'll never have that for a Big Ten title game.
Right.
You'll never have that with divisions. You may have, an LSU playing an Alabama for a SEC conference title because they're in the same division, correct?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah. So, or like a Georgia, Florida, because they're in the same division, right? So you're essentially, who you take the 2 best teams, regardless of division, in the conference. They play for the conference title.
Yep.
So coming out of the conference title, you have the very best representative from your conference, and your Power 5 automatic, Power 5 conference champion automatic gets a playoff bid. Group of 6 conference champion automatic gets a playoff bid. Right there, you have 11 slots filled in a 16 team playoff, and then you have 4 at-large bids for these 1-loss non-conference champions from any conference.
Right, almost like wild card spots.
It sounds like Chris fixed the NCAA in their playoff moving forward.
Yes.
Now, who's ready to play some think tank?
Let's go.
Let's go, Nate.
All right.
I'm ready to lose.
This is a special think tank. All right. So it is the biggest quarterbacks in the NFL.
The biggest?
The biggest to smallest quarterbacks in the NFL. I have ranked out the top 20. Now, let's say you have a quarterback, like 2 quarterbacks that are 6'2". Right. The highest weight, who weighs more, is the number higher. So say if you have a 6'2" quarterback and a 6'2" quarterback, and one weighs 238 and one weighs 237, that's your 7. It's your 6 or your 8. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
That
based
means
off height and-
actively playing right now, not of all time.
From the 2020 season.
Okay.
Okay.
So
who's going
the
first?
order is going to be, as always, Thick is at the head of the table. He goes first. Then Jeremy, because he was the second to the table. Chris is third to the table. Sorry, LP, you're fourth to the
That's
table.
okay. I don't mind picking the fourth one. I got this.
Yep.
I'm
All right,
going
Travis.
to go with Josh
Tallest
Allen.
and biggest quarterback. You went with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Josh Allen. Josh Allen. Where are you, Josh Allen?
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
So I only ranked off the top 20. So Josh Allen, I am seeing. Where are you, Josh? Where are you, Josh?
I know he's pretty tall.
Number 5.
Yes.
Josh Allen is 6'5", 237 pounds. He weighs 7 pounds more than my Thick.
I believe Thick scale might be broken.
I haven't gotten on a scale in God knows how long.
I'm gonna go with Herbert.
Justin Herbert is 6'6", 236 pounds. He is the largest and biggest quarterback
Really?
in the NFL.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
He doesn't look it though.
That's why Smitty wanted him. He's a big, tall guy. He's
I
big.
said that a year ago. I didn't pick up that.
I remember the draft. That's why I said it. I know you wanted him.
All right.
Now they have to be starting quarterbacks, right?
Yes. They started
So-
the season.
Someone like
So-
Tyler Bray would not count, right? Because he's like 6'10",
No,
300
but
pounds.
say there's a team that their quarterback may have been injured for the season. I have that quarterback
Okay.
and the quarterback that replaced him in this list.
Okay.
Or say they weren't playing so well and they put in, like, I don't know, a rookie, and I put them on this list.
That's fair.
All right, Chrissy.
Oh, I know who's gonna pick.
Big Ben.
Ben Roethlisberger at 6'5", 241 pounds is number 3.
I believe his scale is also broken.
Yeah.
You're not adding all the people that he was fondling in the locker room.
You
All right,
you
LP.
picked up my guys. Cam Newton.
Cam Newton standing 6'5" tall at 244 pounds is number 2.
Oh, I didn't know who's that big.
I was saying that was my
Yeah.
number. That was going to be my second guess.
Yeah, that was my second guess. Oh,
Gail was
gee.
not happy with your post, Nate, by the way.
Which post?
I'm assuming the teeth thing, the TikTok teeth.
that fucked me up.
My phone vibrated and it was that.
Russell Wilson.
No, he's small. he's like 5'11".
Russell Wilson is the second shortest quarterback in the NFL, standing at 5'11", 206 pounds.
Really? He plays taller.
Hey, PD, I don't need your list. Apparently, I know their heights.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Tom Brady at 6'4".
Tom Brady, 6'4", 225 pounds, is number 10.
See, I told you I don't need his list.
All right, Chris, you're up.
Smitty, you
Joe
look
Burrow.
confused.
Joe Burrow is, again, we're going top 20. Joe Burrow is 6'3" tall, 221 pounds at number 16. Now, I will say there is a tie, and somebody is slightly older than Joe Burrow.
Okay, so we're basically saying if they're 6'3", make sure I got this right, and they're 230 pounds, but if they're 6'2", the 240 pounds, the 6'3" gets the higher number.
Right.
Yes.
The height is the higher, the weight is the secondary
Oh,
to
well, I'm
and then
going
the
Nick
age is the
Foles.
tertiary.
I'm going Nick Foles. He's like 6'7" or some crap.
Nick Foles, Nick Foles, Nick Foles, Nick Foles, Nick Foles did.
You still counting?
You know what? I do not have Nick Foles on this list.
Do I get another
You didn't
guess?
play enough?
How tall is he?
It's because he wasn't a starter all year.
Yep, and then he got replaced back to the original starter. So I did not count Nick Foles as a quarterback for the 2020 season.
Because he's like 6'7" or 6'6" or something. He's big. So, okay, I guess I got it wrong. My fault.
No, choose again.
No, you get a new guess.
Well, my next guess is going to be someone that is probably not on your list either because of that same reason. I was thinking Joe Flacco because he's like 6'6", but I don't think he's on your list either.
No.
No.
He played for the Jets like
Did he
all the
play?
season.
He did.
But he
Most
got
of the season.
called back for Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Are you going with Sam Darnold?
I'm going with Sam Darnold.
He's 6'4", isn't he?
Yeah, he's big.
Sam Darnold
6'4",
is
6'5".
6'3" tall, 221 at number 15.
Ooh, he's 15.
Oh, it's my turn.
It's Nick's turn. My bad.
All right, Thicker.
Drew Brees.
He's the shortest quarterback in the NFL. Or no, he's
No, he isn't.
No, I already got the shortest quarterback.
Drew Brees.
No, you got the second shortest.
You did get the second shortest, and you got the third shortest. At 6 foot even, 209 pounds is Drew Brees.
And can I say who the shortest quarterback I think is?
I know who it is.
No, we'll save it. I'll go through the list.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Dak Prescott then on my friend next.
Oh, he was replaced
Scott.
in the second game. Does he count?
He is on this list at number 18, standing 6'2", 238 pounds.
He's only
I
6'2".
thought he was taller than that.
Me too.
No, he just carries a lot of weight around his midsection.
Dude, he's in there, but Flacco wasn't. What the hell's wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
Hey, it's whatever.
Because Dak was the starting quarterback this year. He was
Fair
supposed to be
enough.
the starter for the season.
Fair enough.
All right, Chris.
Matt Stafford.
Matt
Ooh.
Stafford. That is a wonderful
That's
guess.
a good guess.
He's 6'4".
Matthew Stafford, sitting at 6'3" tall, 232 pounds, is number 14.
Oh, I got one for you.
All right, man, bring it.
He played in the playoffs. He lost in the playoffs. Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers, standing 6'5" tall, 228, is number 6.
Are you keeping track
All
of
right.
where we are in this thing?
I sure am. Right now, you have 1 point there, little fella.
I have 1
Jeremy,
point.
Chris, and Smitty are all standing at 3 points each. This is the
Now
last.
it gets hard. Now it gets hard.
I'm gonna go Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, standing at 6'3" tall at 214, is number 17.
I'm gonna go with Jared Goff, standing at 6'4".
Jared Goff is 6'4", 215 pounds, is at number 13.
What's that dude's name?
Oh, slow down there, LP.
Oh,
Slow
it's
your
my
roll.
turn.
Slow your roll.
Oh, I'm
My
sorry.
turn.
That's how he talks to his wife too, and she says no.
I'm gonna go with Derek Carr.
Derek Carr. All right, let me find him. Oh, 6'2", 214 is not ranked in the top 20.
He's not ranked.
Nope.
Minshew.
Gardner Minshew?
Yes.
Gardner Minshew is set 6'1", 225. He is also not ranked on this list.
So Jeremy wins.
Jeremy wins.
Okay.
Here's your
How about-
list.
Hold on. Wait. Let me see if I can name the rest. Teddy Bridgewater.
He better not be on that list.
He was replaced.
He's on this list, but he's not where you want him to be.
He's not high enough.
No, I'll just go through the list.
Did we ever get to number 1?
Yeah.
I got it.
Oh yeah, Herbert.
So,
My first pick.
shortest to tallest, Kyler Murray, 5'10", 207. Russell Wilson, 5'11", 206. Drew Brees, 6 foot 209. Tua Tagovailoa, 6 foot 217. Baker Mayfield, 6'1", 215. Jalen Hurts, 6'1", 222. Gardner Minshew, 6'1", 225. Derek Carr, 6'2", 214. Teddy Bridgewater, also 6'2", 214. Andy Dalton, 6'2", 215.
Andy Dalton.
Lamar Jackson, 6'2", 216. Deshaun Watson, 6'2", 221. Mitchell Trubisky, 6'2", 222.
I should have said him. He's a fat ass.
Patrick Mahomes, 6'2", 225. Here's your top 20. Jimmy Garoppolo, 6'2", 225.
I was gonna go with the Garoppolo, but I thought he was
I was
shorter.
gonna say Garoppolo, but I didn't think he was that tall.
I thought he was
Garoppolo
much
is
shorter.
older than Patrick Mahomes. That's why he's at number 20. Aaron Rodgers, 6'2", 225. Dak Prescott, 6'2", 238. Kirk Cousins, 6'3", 214. Joe Burrow, 6'3", 221. Sam Darnold, also 6'3", 221. He's at 15. Matt Stafford, 6'3", 232. Jared. Who was that?
That sounds like a Mo.
Kansas City. Hold on, we're not picking. You text me the picks.
Oh.
I was getting a delivery and picks.
Matt Stafford. Did I say Sam Darnold? 6'3", 221.
Yes, you did.
Yes,
you did.
Matthew Stafford, 6'3", 232. Jared Goff, 6'4", 215. Alex Smith, number 12, 6'4", 217. Ryan Tannehill, 6'4", 222 at 11. Tom Brady, number 10, 6'4", 225. Drew Lock of the Denver Broncos, 6'4", 228. Matt Ryan, 6'5", 220.
That's what I forgot. Matt Ryan. Oh my God.
Daniel Jones, 6'5", 221. Phillip Rivers, 6'5", 228. Josh Allen, 6'5", 237. Carson Wentz, 6'5", 237.
Really?
Ben Roethlisberger is 6'5", 241. Cam Newton, 6'5", 244. And the mighty green giant, Justin Herbert, 6'6", 236.
Jeez, I didn't think he was
like
that
your
tall.
list. It is flawed.
How is it flawed?
Because you had Dak Prescott and the red-headed Raven both on that list, yet you didn't have the backup and the player for the Jets.
But Dak Prescott started the season.
Right.
And
Red
had a season
Rocket finished the
injury.
season. Yeah. Joe Flacco didn't start and he didn't finish.
He was just a
Filled
replacement.
the gap.
Just like Foles.
Yes.
All right.
They bring Foles in when they need a win against Brady.
Just like I would have put Fitzmagic in there, but he
I
didn't
think
finish the season.
Yeah, he started the season.
He did.
He did. I could have put him in there. I almost did him, but I figured
You almost
Tua
did him,
is-
really.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was gonna get it, just like Tannehill.
Yeah, he could get it. But I don't think he wouldn't have been top 20 anyhow. I don't think he's that big of a quarterback.
No, I don't think he's that tall. He's tall, but he's not that tall. All right,
Okay, that's fair.
So let's get to some NFL stuff. So the Packers plays offensive
We're
tackle
doing NFL stuff.
Jared Vell here on the
Valdir.
COVID list. He was set to make NFL history this Saturday.
He was.
Because he was going to
gonna
play
be the
for
first
two
player
Yep.
in NFL history to play a playoff game with one team and play a playoff team with another team in the same season.
So in other words, you don't give a damn about him except he played for the Green Bay Packers. Okay, I want to hear Travis tell me this.
Yeah, so he played last week. He was a practice squad guy for the Colts, and because of all the COVID stuff, they brought him up off the practice squad to play against the Bills. But because he was originally on the practice squad, the minute the game was over, he was dropped back down to the practice squad. So the Green Bay Packers was able to pick him up, and they were going to start him, play him this week. But because he tested positive, he has to be put on the COVID list. So he's not able to play this week. And it wasn't just a close contact. It was a positive test that was reported by, I saw Ian Rappaport reported this today.
Yep. And he also played with the Packers in the 2019 season when they made their playoff push as well.
Yeah, so
I thought they had to do a 2-week between even if they transferred teams.
That's what I thought too.
I don't know how they're getting away with it right now. They were going to get away with it, but it doesn't matter. He's on the COVID anyways.
Well, no, because there was what's his name that they traded, or there was a trade or something for some player, or someone picked someone else off someone else's practice squad, and due to the fact that they were transferring teams, they had to go through a 2-week quarantine before they could be eligible to play.
Well, not to mention physicals and things of that sort. They always have to go some time frame between the two.
Yeah, near the trade deadline, it happened. I forget who it was now.
Well, it's because he was a practice squad guy.
There's a different standard when they're assigned to a practice squad.
Yes.
So the trade deadline, all that stuff goes out of the window because they're not contractually obligated as a starting lineup player. They're a practice squad player.
Yeah.
Since they're a practice squad player during the COVID season, they've waived and moved a lot of the standard protocols that they normally would.
Because
So
it was for Green Bay.
No.
No, yes.
Since he played for the Colts and he was activated off the Colts practice roster, he already passed the medical requirements in order to play a season. The Packers were able to sign him off the practice squad to start for David Bakhtiari, who is out for the rest of the season due to a leg injury.
Yeah,
But
I thought the new rule this year, any person going from
I
one
think
team
they
to
just
another
had
has to-
just had to pass the COVID tests.
Hey,
Yeah,
the
it's
only rules they
because of
have
COVID.
now is if the team is favored in the NFL's eyes, they can play and get things delayed, like Pittsburgh or Baltimore or whatever, and play on a Wednesday in the afternoon. Why Denver has to play a game with no quarterback.
And Nate
fuck
picks
them.
up the only
But there was
wide receiver to
somebody-
start.
I think there was a New York Giant player that drove his car from New York to Pittsburgh to play for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So the fact that this whole COVID thing that's going on, they've really removed a lot of these protocols that they normally would have because they understand how some of these teams are, having these issues. Now, Denver probably should have exercised this COVID thing way earlier instead of starting a wide receiver at quarterback.
Yeah.
But I mean,
They weren't winning the division. They weren't making the postseason. They were just going.
Well,
for a higher
considering that we saw a very exciting game with a third string QB this past weekend. But we'll get to that. So the other thing I want to talk about for the NFL is Julian Edelman. Everybody knows who he is, right?
Who's that?
Who?
Julian Edelman,
What? Where?
Julian
our little
Edelman?
squirrel,
Is he the guy that
catches every ball Tom Brady throws to. Yes.
He's the youngest daughter in the movie Sound of Music.
Yes. How'd you know?
Julian, that's who she is.
isn't that one of the Doc Brown's kids from Back to the Future 3?
Yes, it's the one that flips you off at the end of the movie.
Oh, he does do that, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Oh my God.
Anyhow,
Sorry, go
so
ahead.
he tweeted a
I know
cryptic.
what Smitty's watching tonight.
So he tweeted a cryptic message on Tuesday saying, "Boston, I love you. You've weighed on my family, on me and my family's mind for a long time. Gotta believe that, like hashtag gotta believe, and a bunch of other emojis and whatnot. Do you think that means he probably won't be back with the Pats next year? Is he done?
He's got AIDS, cancer. He's done.
Everybody
He has AIDS cancer? He has
AIDS or cancer. He's done.
He's done.
He's
Well,
like-
he's done with the Pats.
I think he's moving on. I mean, whether he goes to a different team or not, but that tells me he's not staying in the Patriots.
Yeah.
Jerry, what do you think?
I think he's. I think they said, "Hey, listen, we're going new. We're going younger. We're not going to be competitive next year. You can either stay, play, we'll pay you your contract, or if you want, we'll cut you and you can move on." And he's probably decided that he's going to opt for that option to be cut and move on to hope for a competitive team to win something next year. AKA, he's going to go replace Godwin in Tampa.
I was say he's going to Tampa.
Yeah,
but the question is, how much does he have left to actually offer? I mean, seriously.
I'm surprised that Amendola hasn't gone to Tampa yet.
No, because
Amendola and Brady had a falling out.
Yeah.
Before he left.
Doesn't mean they can't rekindle with Gronk in fucking South Florida.
No. The only one that's gonna rekindle it would be Edelman down there because Gronk is like Gronk's little brother, literally.
Yeah, I could see Edelman.
And they all
going
can
down there
lose
for
together. That's great. That's great. Okay, we'll get to it. I have a question when we get to it. So go
Well,
ahead.
that I think would be where your question would be.
Yeah, you might as well get to it now.
It's about football and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're at the playoff picture, so yeah, go ahead.
Okay. If Tampa Bay doesn't make it, do you think this is the best and only chance really for the next Super Bowl for them and Tom Brady? Do you think this is it? Do you think they really have a chance to do it next year if they don't do it
I
this year?
think they have a better chance to win it next year than they do this year.
I think the thing is they're going to re-up a few of the players that everyone says, oh, they'll never come back. I think they're going to re-up a 1-year deal with some of these players saying, hey, listen, we're pushing for one last run. We're going to load up and we're just going to go for broke. Because let's face it, Tampa hasn't won since 01, was it? Or no, was it?
It was 02.
02.
Yeah, because Tampa Bay won.
Beat Raiders.
It was the 01 season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
01,
in
02.
2002.
So in 2002 they won. So they are the losingest franchise in NFL history. So the fact is, if they can go win a Super Bowl, they're going to do whatever they can to go do it. Which is why they're paying Brady $25 million a year guaranteed to play for them.
Yeah, but there's one of these players over in Tampa Bay who's come to the end of the contract, and they see Buffalo sniffing around saying, hey, you can play for them, maybe, or we can move you over here.
I think a lot of those guys are saying that Brady will bring us to the promised land. He's still throwing in 40-plus touchdowns. He's still throwing 40 touchdowns a year. He had, 5 interceptions, 10 interceptions on the year? It was something ridiculously little.
If they weren't a playoff contender, or if Buffalo were to win this year, then some players might jump that way. But with the fact is, they know Brady wins Super Bowls. I mean, he's been to 9. He's won 6.
Yeah.
And one of the ones he lost, he threw for 500 yards almost.
532 yards that game.
Yeah, so the fact is, they know he knows how to win a Super Bowl. So they'll give it one more shot, and they'll probably just sign a 1-year deal, and then they'll be a free agent the following year. And you got to remember, this coming year, because of COVID, the salary cap's going to be lower than it has been the past 2 years.
Yes.
So all these players will say, okay, I'll re-up for a 1-year, cheaper deal, and then once everything gets back to normal, salary cap bumps back up, I can make more money next year on a long-term deal.
Do you think they're going to actually go for the money or for the chance of the Super Bowl? I mean, seriously.
A lot of those guys are going to, because they're not going to get paid, they're going to go for the Super Bowl chance because that's only going to raise their price.
No, they still can get paid on a different team. They'll be the highest paid player on that team.
But the thing is, a lot of players a lot of teams don't have the ability for the cap space because the salary cap's going down.
Yeah.
Because every team bases their salary cap on they base how they pay people out for the next year. The salary cap's going up.
Right.
So a lot of players, every year to year, their payments get higher. So with the fact the salary cap went down, well, all these players are now making more than they were the previous year. So that's going to make their available salary cap drop. And they're figuring, if I stay here, take less money, hopefully win a Super Bowl. If not, I'm still a good player. I can go get paid somewhere else next year.
If they don't get injured.
And then they don't have to worry about moving their family either at that point in time or whatnot.
Well, that's a good point because Tampa Bay. But what if, I'm just saying, because I'm a Dolphins fan, they have the 9th most space on their cap space next year. They got to become a team. They say, hey, Mr. Evans, I'm gonna pay you an extra $5 million a year for the next 3 years because they can afford to.
Evans
all you gotta do is move 4 hours down the road.
Evans free agent.
Yeah, you got a lot of people that aren't gonna be. There's a lot of people that came for 1-year deals. But they're going to stay for that 1-year deal because they're playing with Tom Brady, not because they're going to play with Tua.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Exactly. Not the guy.
Tua is a cuss word in my house.
I know. Fitzmagic's the only thing allowed in your house, right?
Yeah, I love Fitzmagic since he played for Buffalo. You know what? I don't think Miami brings him back, and I bet he goes to Green Bay. I mean, not Green Bay, to New England.
I sure hope he comes up here. We could use him.
What?
I sure hope he comes up here. We could sure use him.
He's a gunslinger and a half, man. The
2 Bills is on 30 for 30 on ESPN right now.
All right, so let's get to this playoff picture. So in the AFC now, after the wild card week, we only have the number 1 Chiefs at 14-2, the Bills at 14-3. The Ravens.
13.
No, it's 14. I forgot to update that. The Baltimore Ravens at 12-5, and the number 6 Brownies at 12-5. Talk about an upset for the Browns winning.
Okay, we should leave this to Chris because you know how much Chris, as much as he loves his teams, and as much as he loves the Bears,
I called that shit.
Yeah, you did.
But did you bet on that shit? Did you pick them?
We should have.
We bet on that one.
I see the Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers as the exact same team on the different AFC and NFC. So that's what I'm asking Chris. who has not been talking much, mostly, what he thinks about that game.
No, once we're removed from college, Chris kind of just takes a seat back.
He
I just
learns.
listen.
He absorbs.
I learn. So what are you asking me, Smitty? How I felt about those 2 games this last weekend?
Well, about the Browns, were you surprised the Browns put a whooping on Pittsburgh
I'm not
at
surprised
all?
they won. I'm not surprised they won. I think I'm surprised in the the point spread. I think part of that is the Browns defense played amazingly. I think the Steelers made a lot of mistakes.
Oh yeah, they did.
Especially the first snap. Like there's a couple of those.
Ben was off his passes like all first half.
I would say, he was throwing high a lot. I would say he threw 3 interceptions.
Yes.
I would say at least one of those for sure was 100% Ben.
Yes.
The other 2, are just kind of, one was off a receiver, one was off a blocked pass. So I'm not necessarily going to put those off on Roethlisberger, but the defense played out of their minds. Do I think that the Browns can beat the Chiefs if their defense plays the way they did last week? Absolutely. It's going to be a long shot, but they have a chance to do it.
Yeah.
So you're saying
The
there's a
Browns
chance.
are totally going to beat the Chiefs.
And the Saints got a good warm-up game to get them going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they
Oh,
did.
the Chiefs are.
So the funniest part is when I was listening out the playoff picture, I noticed that the AFC has the number 1 Chiefs, the NFC has the number 1 the Fudge Packers at 13-3. Then they have the AFC has the number 2 Bills, and the NFC has the number 2 Saints at 13-4.
Right.
But then it goes number 5 Ravens on the AFC side, and in the NFC they have the Tom Brady Buccaneers at number 5, and AFC has number 6 Brownies, and the NFC has the number 6 Rams in it. It's exact mirrors of each other.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, unless you were the 2 seed last weekend, you didn't want to be at home.
Yeah. It was.
Well, I mean, did anybody pick the Browns? I know we won the Browns to win. We all thought because me and LP talked about how
Unfortunately, we did not
But did
put
you
money
actually
on the Browns to
physically
win.
pick them in the target stuff. Whatever.
Yes, people
you?
did.
Oh yeah.
There were people that did.
I think all the females
I picked
did.
the Rams, so
Yes, Smitty. We will get to your phenomenal weekend you had, but because of the craziness that happened, the odds of winning the Super Bowl have now changed. At number 8, we have the Cleveland Browns. Hey, who's got our audio on?
Chris,
My audio's all jacked up.
Yeah, I was gonna say mute yourself for a second, I guess. Well, at number 8, we have the Cleveland Browns at 11-5. They are plus 2,500. The number 7 is the Los Angeles Rams at 11-5. They're plus 1,800. The number 6 is Baltimore Ravens 11-5. With is that right? No, that's the wrong records. Well, number
Don't worry about the record.
Yeah, don't worry about the record. And number 6 is the Baltimore Ravens at plus 800. Number 5, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at plus 800. New Orleans Saints are at plus 600. The Buffalo Bills at number 3 are plus 550. The Green Bay Packers are at plus 400, and the Kansas City Chiefs are at plus 200. And the funny part is the power rankings match it almost exactly.
So for people that don't understand the plus money, that's in theory, if you bet $100, that's what your payout would be. So if you bet 100, you'd make 200, so you'd double your money on the Chiefs.
What if I bet the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl right now? How much money would I win at the Super Bowl?
200 if you spent 100.
Yeah, so if you spent 100, you'd win 200, so you'd make 100 in profits. You'd double your money.
Yeah, that's if they win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Oh, that's not worth my money.
But if you bet the Packers, you make 400, or you pay out as 400, so you'd make $300.
Well, I'd guarantee lose my money then.
If you bet the Browns, you make $2,400.
Okay, that's worth the bet.
All right,
Seriously.
so the power rankings, we got number 8, Cleveland Browns.
Correct
Number
record.
7 is the Los Angeles Rams. Number 6 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 5 is the Saints. 4 Ravens. 3 Packers. 2 Bills. 1 Chiefs.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
I'll bet the partridge in the pear tree.
Why the hell are they blinking?
Oh, the lights. Now they're different colors.
One light goes out and they all go out. If you're so smart, you ring up the lights.
All right.
So last week during our podcast, we had some random person pop on,
Shane,
and ask us what we thought of his 6-game parlay. And I instantly said, no, that's not going to work. And let's just walk through his 6-game parlay.
Yep.
Bills winning by 1-13. So the first game Saturday, he got that one.
Yep.
Barely. His next game, Seahawks win by 1-13 points. Well, Seahawks lost, so he's out now. His next one, Bucks win by 14 plus points. As we know, they did not win by 14 plus points.
No, they did not.
His next game, Titans win by 1-13 points. Titans lose, that's another loss.
Yes.
His next game, Saints winning by 1-13 points. Unfortunately, I believe the Saints won by 18 points.
I think they had the biggest win of the weekend.
21-9. So.
Oh, it was
yeah.
21-9 at the end?
21-9 at the end. So.
Oh, so he did hit that one.
No, that's 8. So yeah, he did.
Okay. And then he had the Steelers winning by 14 plus.
As
we all celebrated, it did not happen. So
No.
his 6-game parlay, he hit 2 out of the 6.
We should have taken the over in that game easily, if not the Baltimore Browns, the Cleveland Browns to win.
The Baltimore Browns?
Yes, the Baltimore Browns.
I told you all the Browns are going to win, but
yes.
No.
Why did you say something?
You say that like 95% of the time, I bet you.
So
always bet a long
So
shot.
we
You
turned.
bet
How
it
much
with
money
the
did we
water
turn into? What money, Jeremy?
So we put $240 in, and we have turned it into $76. all because I decided to bet the Washington against the spread, not only straight up.
Yes, thank God.
So I bet we split our bet on that. So we bet 80 on 3 different games.
Yes,
Look, I'm gonna tell you what, that quarterback out there in Washington, man, he played his heart out.
Oh yeah,
he played so hard.
Hey,
and
wait. How many times did you hear this during the broadcast? He was on the Patriots practice squad at one point in time.
Yes. so let's get to the games before we talk about who we're gonna put our money on this week. So last week we had a. What happened here?
No, we were talking about last week's bets.
Oh yes, but we're gonna talk about our who won what this past week. So Smitty, thank you for joining us this week. You were the only one to get all of them right.
Holy shit!
Yes, Smitty got all 6 games correct, and he's the only one that has a bracket that's not busted in some way, shape, or form. Next we had Gail at 5, and we had me, Mo, and Amanda at 4. Jeremy, Chris, and Nate, y'all came in at 3.
Whoa. What 3 games did you get wrong?
Well, we're going to go through that.
Washington.
I say it looks like Seattle,
Washington, and Tennessee.
For me and
so
Baltimore.
The first game we had was Saturday at 1:05. It was actually a good time for a game. The Buffalo Bills had the Indianapolis Colts at home.
That was a good game.
It was. It was a really good game.
That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought the Colts were going to get crushed.
Yeah. We all thought they were going to get crushed, but it was such a good game.
You know, I was flying up to New Hampshire going, crap, I need to get up there before the game starts, not realizing that we weren't betting on the first game. So I'm flying up to New Hampshire. I'm like, driving. I'm going, okay, I got time. And then I get there, I'm like, oh, wait, I have plenty of time.
Well, the Buffalo Bills beat the Indianapolis Colts 27-24. Then we had the Los Angeles Rams, who we did not know Goff was actually going to play for this game. They beat Seattle Washington 30-20. The Seattle Seahawks 30-20.
He got him Seattle Washington.
Well, they kind of looked like Washington. The Seattle Seahawks looked awful. They couldn't do anything. So Goff came in and I was like, well, we bet on the wrong team.
Yeah, it was not a good game for Seattle at all.
No.
So
that's the one game I actually picked that I thought maybe I was going to get it wrong.
So we bet 80. We bet on Seattle to win straight up, and they lost. So that instantly turned our $240 down. Are you done, Nate?
I'm going AFK.
I know Chris had to go pee, so
What's AFK? Wait for.
That's a gamer thing, so I don't know what that means. Anyhow,
Yeah, go ahead.
So
I enjoy listening to you talking there, Travis.
The last game of the night on Saturday, we had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Washington in a game that we all knew that Tampa Bay was going to win, but Nate, no, Tampa Bay's not going to win this thing. Sending Washington all the way. Convinced Jeremy to bet on it. Bad idea. Tampa Bay won 31-23.
Hey, I hate to tell you, on that game, we only lost $4.
Yes.
Hey, that's a good thing to tell us. That's
yes.
not a bad. It's a good thing.
So Nate was determined. He's like Washington. So I said okay, and then I'm like, you want to know what? Let's split it. We'll do 40 straight up, and then we'll do 40 against the spread.
Thank God to get for the spread.
And I think Nate was like, okay, if that's what he's like, if that's what you think we should do, let's do that.
Absolutely.
We should have put 80 on the spread.
Oh, by the way, I will be betting this week, and because when I heard him talking to you and all the stuff going on, I'm like, I ain't touching any of that shit going on with y'all. I was like, nope.
Come on,
I don't like the way that bet's going.
You should have been the voice of reason here.
We told Nate that he's covering Washington.
No, y'all didn't.
I love Washington, though. I was hoping for them.
That was a very good game.
It was. That was a much better game than the middle of the game. The middle game sucked.
The Rams and Seahawks blew major ass.
So you guys, when I said we should have canceled the straight up bet against them about them not winning, we would have lost we would have made $40 on that game.
We should have.
You just cover. If you're gonna bet for the team that's supposed to be losing, just bet for the spread. Don't bet just bet for the spread.
Well, no, because the fact is, if we would have won, let me see if I can find that picture quickly.
Oh, while you're doing that, so Sunday at 1:05, the first game of the day, the Baltimore Ravens went to Tennessee. They beat Tennessee 20-13 in a decent game. It wasn't great. It was super low score. It was decent, but it wasn't nothing to write home about. Then the Bears.
All these games are a little bit sloppy. It just seemed like a little bit off, all of them.
Yeah. Then the Bears went down to New Orleans and just got spanked. And there was a major F-bomb on Nickelodeon because of it.
Yeah,
yes, there was. So
that was the highlight of the game.
They were sliming people on Nickelodeon.
I did not. I want to watch football on Nickelodeon because I saw how that happened. I want to watch that.
Smitty was over here, and he's like, LP, why aren't we watching this game on Nickelodeon? I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, so Smitty, if Washington would have won the money line bet, we put $40. We would have cashed out at $174.
Just as beating the spread or the line.
No, it's just winning.
That's the money line. So if Washington would have won, we would have turned 40 into 174.
So
if you just
So Nate was like, just let it ride.
You gotta do it.
Just let it ride.
Yeah. So.
And then the last game of Sunday night, the most incredible game of of the whole entire weekend, the Cleveland Browns beat the snot out of the Pittsburgh Steelers 48-37. You know what the worst part is? I fell asleep in the third quarter when the Steelers were working their way back.
That was a good game.
What got me is because I didn't watch the second half. I was just like,
I fell asleep in the third quarter on the couch.
Was that because Cleveland was just starting to play a little bit softer defense?
Oh yeah, they were playing uber just prevent D.
Okay, that makes this.
Yeah. And it was awful. And Steelers started coming back in the fourth quarter. They just nope.
Well, for a while there, the Browns couldn't get a first down. They were going 3-and-out punting, 3-and-out punting.
Right.
So they weren't giving their defense any time to rest, and they weren't doing anything with the ball. So, but I think they beat the record for most points scored in a first quarter of a playoff game with 28.
Yes, they beat it. Yes.
They set the new record.
I think Van Pelt managed to secure himself at least a job interview somewhere if he really wanted it.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
It's gonna be interesting.
That's one of the names I haven't heard thrown around though for a head coach interview.
Yeah, I hope he does stay there though, because I think that coaching combo there is definitely going to keep Cleveland in the hunt for next season.
Well, the thing about Cleveland, about that game I was watching, because I don't watch much of Cleveland, but their defense, if this is what their defense is capable of, because that's that's what won the game for them.
Oh yeah.
Don't make no mistake about it. Their defense was just stout.
Their defense was on
can hold
point.
up against any team in the playoffs right now, any of them.
Oh, yeah.
So if that team shows up, that's gonna be a very interesting game against Kansas City.
They're ravenous. They look like they haven't eaten in months.
Yes.
They were just all over the like, oof. I hope they show up like that to Kansas City.
I would love for them to knock out Kansas City. I'm going for Cleveland the rest of the way. Go Browns!
I didn't even text for that one. Smitty yelled, "Go Browns back." You know, I didn't have to text for that one.
All right, so let's make our picks for this week. So,
I do have most picks.
You do have most. Yeah, she's sitting right there.
No, she delivered a beer and she went back upstairs.
Yeah,
Chris,
grab my
you're quiet.
All right, Travis. You all have my picks. I sent them to y'all.
Like
last week, I did all my picks all the way to the Super Bowl.
Oh yes, you did. Well, you're gonna have to read them off because I didn't.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they're in your bracket. That's all. You're gonna stick with your bracket picks, I guess.
Yes. Why wouldn't I?
So your brackets picked this week. Let's go to Smitty because you're the only one that is still good. Let's see. So you have Kansas City and Buffalo winning.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna put yours in first because I got equals. Oops.
Win, lose, or draw, no matter what happens. If I pick the whole bracket for the NFL championship, the Super Bowl, then I don't care what you all say from that point on for the rest of our lives. Okay, I picked the whole bracket correct.
And who did you check for the NFC? Packers and New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, I love you, LP.
Appreciate you.
Well, I mean, who you playing?
Saints equals Packers.
The Rams. I was like, I don't fucking know. I don't know.
If I didn't, I would actually change it to Rams, but I'm not going to.
All right, Nate. So you got the first pick. Rams or Packers? Packers. You know, with Goff playing with a hurt thumb, barely removed for a week, it's harder. But I'm still gonna go with the Packers to win. It's cold up there, and pins in your hand hurt in the cold. Jeremy, who are you gonna go with?
I am also going with the Fudgers.
The Fudgers. Chris, are you going with the Fudge?
I'm going with the Fudge.
Jeremy, is Mo going with the Fudge?
Nate.
Fudgy the whale.
She is going with the Packers.
Nate, do you have Amanda's picks, or I'm gonna get hers later?
Yep.
I'll get hers later. Okay, her and Gail's.
Yep.
All right. Next, I have the Baltimore Ravens going to Buffalo. I am taking the Bills. Jeremy, who you going with?
Yeah, this game intrigues me.
It's a lot harder now than it was 2 weeks ago, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It sure was.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills.
You can go with the Bills.
I have faith that they're gonna beat the Ravens. I think that combination between Diggs and Allen is just they've gelled.
It's just getting
very
better.
Nicely.
Chris, who you going with?
I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Bills to win. Jerry, who's Mo going with? Just ask her. Yell up to her.
No, she's upstairs cooking something. Apparently, she's hungry.
Oh, well, tell her to bring some over for me.
MP.
I'll pack it up and ship it. It'll be there in
I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, Nate, who you going to go with?
The Bills, man.
The Bills.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
Bills to the bowl?
Yep.
Oh,
All right, Jeremy. You get the first pick. The Browns at the Chiefs.
This is a hard
Really?
one.
Really?
Yes. You have this pick. Our bets are riding on it, Jeremy.
The question is, how much faith do you believe that the Browns can do it twice in 2 weeks?
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
The Chiefs having a week off.
Chris, how you gonna go with this?
Fuck it. Let's go
Do
Browns.
it.
Go
Do it,
Browns.
yes!
He kissed his
I
microphone
hope-
first. He's like,
Yes.
fuck it.
I hope you get it, Chris.
Browns.
I hope you do.
Who's
You know what?
who's
I will
Mo
make a
going
bet
with?
for you.
Jeremy.
Huh?
Who's
She's
Mo
going
going
with
with?
the Browns.
She's going with the Browns.
She originally said Kansas City in a close game. Then she said Okay, put me down for real for the Browns.
Browns. Oh, I love her too. I'll bet
Nate,
for her too.
Nate, who you going with?
I've said it in the beginning of the season. I'm going to keep saying it. Browns ride or die.
I love that.
This
I
game
love
is
the
going
fact y'all
to kill
gonna
me
lose. Thanks.
because I don't think the Browns can do it 2 weeks in a row, but Kansas City did have a week off, but they had a lot of players hurt that needed that week off.
See, my biggest issue with this game is if Kansas City gives the Browns a 28-point lead, Kansas City can come back from that 28-point lead in like a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
That's the downfall right there.
I think if Cleveland can play like they did last week, they will take the Chiefs, no problem. If they don't show up like last week, there's no way that they're going to beat the Chiefs.
You know, I'm going with the Chiefs.
I'm going on hope and a prayer.
All right, I'm going with the Chiefs. I just can't do it. No matter how much I want the Browns to win, I just can't do it. Chris, you have the first pick.
Is Smitty okay over there?
I'm sorry. We're not on talking stuff, so I can't say certain things.
Chris, you have the 640 game, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at New Orleans on Fox.
The History Channel special.
I was gonna say the battle of
the old age.
Moses, Sodom and Gomorrah.
Jesus is playing Moses at 640.
I'm gonna take Breeze.
You're taking Breeze.
They're playing past the early bird special.
They are. But they will be done in time for bedtime, though.
Yes.
All right, Jerry, who's Mo going with?
The Bucks. 4-day weekend. Who
The
wants to
Bucks.
4-day weekend? Right?
I don't think I have this week. I don't think I have Monday off.
I'm off tomorrow until Monday, and possibly Tuesday.
I have Monday off.
Nate.
Must be nice.
Who are you going to go with?
Oh, the Saints, baby. The Saints.
The Saints. If Tom Brady is going to lose to a player 3 times in a row, it would be Drew Brees. But I think the last 2 times they played him was much different than what it is now. You know what? I'm going to take Tampa Bay in a tight one. Very tight.
What is sticking with your team?
One.
3 times in one season is the most he's ever played it, like another QB. And this one I think is just going to be...
That's a lot of games for Tom Brady to play consecutively. At some point, he's not going to be able to keep going.
Right, but he lost the last 2, and he's finally getting his stride with the rest of his team. So
they are looking good.
They're looking much better than they have been.
Yeah.
Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
So the big key is that the head coach finally realized you have to keep a tight end in to help block.
Yes.
Because Brady needs a few, especially if he's throwing deep passes, he needs a few seconds, let the guys get going. So, as you saw, Gronk went for 2 pass patterns last week?
If that, yes.
So, I think Arians has finally realized, okay, we can win. We only put 3 out in the pass pattern, keep the running back and the tight end in a block, and we can win. So, I am taking the Bucks to finally beat the Saints, get over that hurdle, and head up to Green Bay for the cold weather matchup that we so longingly desired in the Super Bowl years ago.
Yes. Oh, I would love to see your guys' team playing his team in his area. Are we going to have a talk? I mean, we're going to have a thick and thin for that week? Because I don't think you should. Because that's probably a bad idea.
So now that we have all decided our teams, where are we going to spend our $75?
So let me say, if I was gonna flip one of my picks from earlier, and no offense to Green Bay, it would be the Green Bay Rams game. Just saying, if I were gonna flip one, I'm not going to, but just so you know, that's what I would do.
Okay, so we have $76, and there was a $6 bonus because it was I deposited a certain amount, so I got $6 extra or $9 extra. So we technically have $85 sitting there.
Ooh, $85. Let's
on
put
the Browns.
5 on the Browns. 5 on the Browns to win.
Like if you're gonna bet for win, you need to bet Tampa Bay over New Orleans.
What's our money lines on these, Jeremy?
If you bet the spread, you need to bet against Buffalo on the spread.
So the Packers are -315, so they're favored.
Yeah.
The Rams are +270.
Cool.
So decent payout.
Yeah.
The Bills are minus 148, so they're favored. The Ravens are plus 128.
That's the
game.
one you need to bet on.
That'll be the point spread, if anything.
That's the point spread. That's the one you need to bet on the point spread.
That's a 3-point favorite for the Bills.
Only 3 points? Ooh.
Yeah, it's a tight one. It's
Yeah.
a field goal game. The Browns are plus 400.
The Browns?
The Chiefs are minus 500.
Oh, bet the fucking Browns. You got $80. What do you care?
I defer to your good judgment, Jeremy.
How much money do I need to
I said we
send you?
put 20 on the Browns to win.
I will put 10 on the Browns to win.
But we still have 60 whatever dollars left.
Hey, Jeremy, I'm gonna send you like $40 to put on the Browns.
Hey, wait. If I put 10 on the Browns, it pays out 50.
I'm gonna give you like $60 to put on the Browns just for me.
Okay.
Not even kidding.
All right.
To cover the spread, not to win, but to cover the spread.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back to
Yeah, find out what it is the payout is to cover the spread. And what is the spread?
The spread is 10.
That's actually a good spread.
Mm-hmm.
So you wanted 60 on that?
Yep.
60 will pay out 114.60.
I'll do it.
There you go.
That's currently as of now. I'm not going up to New Hampshire till probably. I could probably go up tomorrow night, or I'll probably go up tomorrow night.
Yeah, because it might get a little bit tighter if you don't.
I can't wait to live up there. This is nice.
It'd be so much fun.
I still have to go to the next state to place the bets.
Yeah, but at least we live close enough we can.
So we have $85.
Yeah. So what's the Tampa Bay Saints spread?
3. So the Rams, Packers are favored by 6.5. The Ravens, Bills are favored by 3. Chiefs, Browns, Chiefs are favored by 10. And the Saints, Bucks, Saints are favored by 3.
Green Bay is only favored by 6.5.
Yeah, just for that defense.
Yeah, that's pretty tight right there. Do you guys bet over under, or is that not part of this?
Oh, there's over under here. The over under is 45.5 points.
For what?
But that Rams Packers game.
Oh shit, that's gonna be over.
Yeah, we're gonna be way over that. What about the Tampa Bay Saints over under?
That is 52.
Oh.
Which game is that?
That's the Tampa Bay Saints game.
Oh, they think there's no defense involved in that game?
No, the Saints have a good defense.
They do.
I know,
They both
that's
do.
why I think they're gonna win.
Yeah.
What is the Browns Kansas City over under?
60.
57.5.
That's possible.
All right. Hey, so I took my sleeping pill probably about like a half an hour ago, and I'm starting to like crash hard. And Chrissy boy over there, he's got to wake up early.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's
I
almost
think we gotta
11,
need
so we should get going.
Yeah.
All right, so we over the group chat, we'll figure out where we're putting the $85.
Yes.
I agree.
Just a heads up too, tomorrow while I'm driving, probably going to have the group chat muted because you guys have a tendency every time I sit down to listen to a podcast to blow that thing up.
Yeah,
I hear every other word of the podcast.
Yeah, I'm doing whatever on my phone. I hardly ever use my phone, but when I pull my phone up to do something like a YouTube video or a TikTok, bloop, 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 like, oh my God, would you stop? I'm trying to play a game here. Dan.
And I have one last question for Nate. So
Yes.
When, Nate, are you going to shave the beard into the monkey tail?
Yes.
That's on thick.
Why? Because mine's much thicker than yours?
No, you have to do the opposite of me. So if I'm gonna do the monkey tail, you have to do the monkey tail.
All right.
Set you guys up side by side.
If I
think
could
for
do
Super
it,
Bowl week,
Well, we are side by side if you're looking at the stream right now.
And you're welcome, Nate, that I brought that up while you weren't at home.
so
I'm gonna do
I think you should do it for the Super Bowl.
I think we
The
should.
last-
I think we should do it at your house's Super Bowl.
Oh, by
Whose
the way,
house?
Jeremy's house.
I told you,
Are you gonna have the boys that night?
If Green Bay goes to Super Bowl, I'm coming up to freaking.
Oh, you better.
I'm coming up to that frozen tundra of death and nothing over in the Northeast. I'm gonna grab Chris. He don't know it yet, but I'm gonna grab him.
You're stealing them.
I'm gonna steal him from his wife and his whole family. I'm paying them money, and they're gonna say it's okay.
You should steal him for January 24th when we watch Clerks in the movie theater.
I thought about doing that too, but I don't like Clerks as much as you do.
And that's your LP.
All right, guys.
Maybe you might be replaced.
I've been replaced before by a better class of people. So.
You lie. Good night, everybody. I'm just waiting for Travis to do his thing.
Bye, everybody.
That's all, folks.
Love you.